How come? How come you were so late? How come you are so tired? How come you didn't have lunch? How come you had no time? How come you break up with her? How come you got so mad at your wife? How come you got a ticket? How come you got a ticket? How come you applied for our company? How come you applied for our company? How come you have a day off on Monday? How come you have a day off on Monday? How come this is more expensive? How come you are so late? How come you are so tired? How come you have not lunch? You didn't have lunch. How come you didn't have lunch? How come you didn't have lunch? How come you don't have no time? You had no time. How come you break up with her? How come you break up with her? How come you break up with her? How come you mad at your wife? How come you got so mad at your wife? How come you got a ticket? How come you got a ticket? How come you got a ticket? How come you applied for our company? How come you have a day off on Monday? How come you have a day off on Monday? How come you have a day off on Monday? How come this is more expensive? How come this is more expensive? How come you are so late? How come you are so tired? How come you didn't have lunch? How come you had no time? How come break up with her? How come you break with her? How come you break with her? How come you got so mad at your wife? 어째서 너 교통 티켓을 받니? How come you got a ticket? How come you applied for our company? 어째서 월요일 날씨는 달라? How come you have a day off on Monday? How come you have a day off on Monday? How come you have a day off on Monday? How come you have a day off on Monday? How come this is more expensive? How come this is more expensive? How come you break up with her? How come you got a day off on Monday? How come you have a day off? How come you have a day off on Monday? How come you have a day off on Monday? How come this is more expensive? 어째서 월요일 날 쉬는 건가요? How come you have a day off on Monday? How come you have a day off on Monday? How come this is more expensive? You brought your keys. Jack missed his flight. Jack missed his flight. Jerk missed his flight. then 크게 두 가지 의미가 있습니다. 과거나 미래의 특정 시간, 그때 혹은 그런 그리고 나서. I was very young then. 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 Then he was sent to the school. Then he was sent to the school. I was very young then. 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 Then he was sent to the school. He was sent to the school. Then he was sent to the school. I was very young then. 그때 내가 아주 어렸었지. I was very young then. I was very young then. 그때 내가 아주 어렸어요. Then he was sent to the school. Hi, I'm Sandy. Sandy, hi, come on in. You brought your keys. Come on in. Sandy, hi, come on in. You brought your keys. Hi, Sandy. Sandy, come on in. You brought your keys. Oh, come on in. Sandy, hi, come on in. You brought your keys. Yeah, that's okay, right? Yeah, that's okay, right? Yeah, that's okay, right? Oh gosh, Rachel, honey, are you okay? Where's Paul? Paulo, where's Paulo? Where's Paulo? Then that's okay, right? 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 Where is the Paulo? Oh my gosh. Honey, are you okay? Where's Paulo? Yeah, that's okay, right? Oh my gosh, are you okay? Where's Paulo? Jerk missed his flight. Lonely jerk his missed flight. Jerk missed his 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 flight. Lonely jerk his missed flight. And then how come your face is bloated? How come your face is bloated? How come your face is bloated? Oh my gosh, are you okay? Where's Paulo? Then how come your face is bloated? And then how come your face is bloated? Loma, the jerk missed his flight. Jerk, Loma, jerk missed his flight. And then why your face is bloated? Bloated. How come your face is bloated? And then how come your face is bloated? No, okay, no, okay. I was at airport getting into cab. No, okay. I was at airport getting into a cab. I was at the airport getting into cab. I was at the airport. Okay, I was at the airport. Okay, I was at the airport getting in a cab, getting into a cab when a started yelling at me. When a woman starts yelling at me, when a start when a when a woman starts yelling at me, when a starts yelling at me, when a starts yelling at me, when a woman starts yelling at me, when when a woman starts yelling, when a starts woman yelling at me, when a woman starts yelling at me, and then the next thing I knew, she just starts pulling me out by my hair, by my hair, by my hair. No, okay, no, okay. I was at the airport getting into a cab when the woman starts yelling at me. And the woman starts yelling at me, and then the next thing I know, and then the next thing I know, and then the next thing I know, she just starts pulling me out by my hair, pulling me by my hair. She yelling at me, and then the next thing I know, 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 she just starts pulling me out by my hair, pulling me out by my hair. She just starts pulling me out by my hair, out, pulling me out, pulling me out, pulling me out. She just starts pulling me out by my hair, by my hair. Okay, I was at the airport getting into cab when a woman starts yelling at me, and then the next thing I know, she just starts pulling me out by my hair. My hair. No, okay. I was at the airport. I was at the airport getting into a cab when a woman starts yelling at me, and then the next thing I know, and then the next thing I know, and then the next thing I know, she just starts pulling me out by my hair. And then the next thing I know, and then the next thing, and then the next thing I know, 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 and then the next thing I know. No, okay. No, okay. I was at the airport. A woman starts yelling at me. Getting into a car. No, okay. I was at the airport getting into a car, getting into a cab. When a woman starts yelling at me, and then next thing I know, and then the next thing I know, she just starts pulling me out by my hair, starts pulling me out by my hair. I was at the airport getting into cab when a woman starts yelling at me, and then the next thing I know, she just starts pulling me out by my hair. No, okay. I was at the airport. I was at the airport getting into a car when a woman starts yelling at me, and then the next thing I know, she just starts pulling me out by my hair. So I'm blowing attack whistle. So I'm blowing my attack whistle, and three more caps show up, and as I'm going to get into cab, and as I'm getting into cab, she tackles me, and I hit my head on the cab curb. And cut my lip on my whistle, and cut my lip on my whistle. So everybody having fun at the party. So I'm blowing. So I'm blowing my whistle, and I'm blowing, and I'm blowing, and I'm blowing. And I'm blowing my attack whistle, and I'm blowing my attack whistle, and three more cabs show up, and three more cabs show up, and three more cabs show up, and three more cabs show up. And three more cabs show up, and three more cabs show up, and three more cabs show up, and three more cabs show up. I whistled, I I'm blowing my attack whistle. And so I'm blowing my attack whistle, and three more cabs coming to me. And three more cabs show up. And three more cabs show up. And three more cabs show up. I'm blowing my attack whistle, and three more cabs show up. And three more cabs show up. I'm blowing my attack whistle, and three more cabs show up. And three more cabs show up. And as I'm going to get into a cab, and as I'm going to get into a cab, as I'm going to get into a cab, as I'm going to get into a cab, and as I'm going to get into a cab, and as I'm going to get into a cab, as I'm going to get into a cab, and as I'm going to get into a cab, she tackles me. And as I'm going to get into a cab, and as I'm going to get into a cab, and as I'm going to get into a cab, I'm going to get into a cab, and as I'm going to get into a cab, and as I'm going to get into a cab, she tackles me. And as I'm going to get into a cab, she tackles me. And I hit my head on the curb, and I hit my head on curb. And I hit my head on the curb and cut my lip on my whistle. And I hit my head on the curb and cut my lip on my whistle. and I hit my head on the curb. And I hit my head on curb. I cut my lip on my whistle, and cut my lip on my whistle, and hit my head on the curb and cut my lips on leaves on the on my whistle. How everybody having fun at the party? Oh, everybody having fun at this party, fun at the party. Everybody having fun at the party. Everybody having the fun at the party. Everybody having 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 fun at the party.